Release all of those sounds that are trapped in your mind. Sir, are you okay?
Welcome back to my YouTube channel intended for spiritual knowledge and growth. Today I'll be talking about a very widespread yet misunderstood topic, meditation. Meditation has been practiced for thousands of years by countless religions all over the world, yet it is still misunderstood. It's seen in media, it's seen in comic books, in TV shows, it's seen practiced by yogis, by superheroes, by movie characters, yet it still remains slightly misunderstood. So today I'll be talking about what meditation is and the benefits to meditation. I will not be talking about how you can meditate or my experience with meditation or the different kinds of meditation. I will reserve this for a different video. Now let's get started. The best definition I could find for meditation is that it is a mindset and a state of introspective awareness that allows one to understand themselves as well as the world around them. It allows you to dive deep into your mind and access your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, either conscious or subconscious, and realize how these thoughts, feelings, and emotions do not define you and your being. For example, maybe let's say you have feelings of unworthiness inside of you and you believe you are not enough to have something or to be something, or that maybe you're ugly. I don't know. There's lots of things people believe about themselves that aren't true. But basically, you may create a self-fulfilling prophecy due to these thoughts that are inside of you, but essentially, these thoughts, feelings, and emotions do not define you and the core of your being. Because the best way to understand your mind is by observing it and looking into it. And meditation allows you to essentially detach from these negative limiting thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and instead enter higher states, maybe ones with more abundance, with more joy, with more happiness, with more believing in oneself. Now, moving on, eventually with enough meditation, one becomes aware of the fact that they are a part of everything and everyone, every person, every plant, every animal, every single thing in this universe is made of one single life essence and energy. The same energy in the Big Bang is in everything. It's in everything. It is a life force. We are connected to this life force. We are connected to this energy, and that we are not separate from it. We are not. We are all one. One also realizes that our reality that we are currently in right now is just one tiny little reality in countless other realities and dimensions and higher and lower realms, and like there is so much going on. This is just a tiny little blimp. And here's my favorite part that comes with this realization. You also realize the fact that nothing in this reality is real. And this body is not the only thing, and it's not real. It is not the real you, because think of it. For example, the Dorsa here right now, the Dorsa speaking to you right now, is made of what? It's made of a bunch of organs and past experiences, which determines my personality. So that is not the root, the core of my being. There is something else that is the core of my being, which is the soul. Create this character or this skin and this personality for ourselves to allow us to experience this world and navigate our way through life and experience things such as emotions, such as thoughts, again, we come around to this, such as senses, seeing things, touching things, feeling things. And that's it. This is just a vessel. It's not the only thing. You can leave this vessel. You can travel around everywhere. You can have a great time once you realize these things.
There's a lot more to ogres than people think.
Example?
Example? Okay, ogres are like onions.
They stink?
Yes. No.
Oh, they make you cry?
No.
Oh, you leave them out in the sun, they get all brown, start sprouting little white hairs?
No. Layers! Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. You get it. We both have layers.
Oh, you both have layers.
A lot of people may find this to be super scary or unsettling or weird, but it's actually very freeing because you realize that you're not bound to this body. You're not bound to just always be here. And there's so much more to life than just this body that you have. That's not it. And you lose fear, essentially. People think that you gain fear, but you lose the fear because you're not scared of anything anymore. You realize who you actually are, and that even things such as time is an illusion because all that exists is right now in this present moment. So you must be present here right now in order to obtain true happiness and be yourself, to be you. And you're here on this earth to have fun and be happy. That is honestly the main purpose of life, to be happy, to enjoy this experience on this earth for what it actually is. And once these higher states are tapped into and achieved, one receives more information that further helps them grow and be benefited and go after the things they want and just live their best life. Now that's the basic definition of meditation. So now I will talk about the benefits to meditation. Alright, so I created this board because I'm a visual learner and visuals help me understand things and communicate things better. So I'm going to go in detail step by step with this board. My arm is gonna hurt tomorrow, but it's for a good cause. And because my arm is gonna hurt tomorrow, you better pay attention because this information is for you. Alright, let's get started. As you can see here, meditation increases your awareness and it allows you to not associate yourself with your brain and your body, to further increase your happiness and for you to realize things and have an overall higher awareness, as I said before. But although it allows you to detach from both your brain and your body, it doesn't mean that it doesn't provide benefits to both your brain and your body, because they are very important. Like, you need them to function. Like, you can't just be like, you know what, like, I don't care about my body and my brain, I'm just gonna, like, disappear into the cosmos. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. So, first I'll explain the brain and the benefits to meditating on your brain. So there were multiple studies conducted, and the studies showed that within 8 weeks there were significant changes within brain structures, such as an increase of brain mass and gray matter in the hippocampus, which is responsible for more attention, more creativity, and focus, which is obviously important because let's say you're an athlete or a student at school or you're working, you need to have more attention, creativity, and focus. Like, who doesn't want more attention, creativity, and focus? What's good is that it provides more brain mass and gray matter in the hippocampus, but it also decreases the brain mass in the amygdala, which is responsible for things such as fear, such as stress, and even high blood pressure. And if you don't know what brain matter is, it is essentially just made of neurons, nerve cells, and it includes synapses, dendrites, all these wonderful things that you need. And if you have more brain mass in a certain area of your brain, it means that you are more intelligent and have a higher IQ in that area. Now, moving on, meditators showed to have an increase in alpha waves, which is basically a state of wakeful relaxation, meaning that there's less stress and one is able to fully focus on the task at hand and not be worried about things in the past or the future or just constantly stressed, you know? Like, it just allows you to chill out. Like, you're gonna be so chill, like just chilling, like they're chilling. What else? There's also a thickening in the cerebral cortex, which is involved in emotional integration and having a sense and control over your emotions and higher cognitive functions. abstract thought, you know, just some bunch of cool things like that. Now, moving on to the body. Meditators have been shown to have more antibodies in the body, which is especially important because you need antibodies to fight infection and disease. It has also been shown that meditators have an increase in telomeres length. Telomeres is such a hard word to say, telomeres length. And shorter telomeres are not very good because it puts you at an increased risk for things such as cancer, for things such as Alzheimer's, you know, just things like that that are not good for you. And that's pretty lit because it means that having longer telomeres fight infection and disease, and it promotes longevity, which is great. Like, who doesn't want that? Now moving on to cortisol. Cortisol is the body's main stress hormone, and although it's good for certain times and instances, having too much of it is not good. And having too much of it increases things such as brain fog, chronic fatigue, depression, migraines, indigestion, all these things that are like, they're not good. They suck, you know, like nobody wants that stuff. And now, since cortisol is lowered, a new neurotransmitter is released in large amounts when you meditate, and this neurotransmitter is your favorite homie, dopamine. Everybody loves dopamine. Everyone's looking for dopamine. I love dopamine. It's my friend. And having more dopamine is good because it leads to an all-natural happiness. And it decreases levels of stress and depression. And it also gives you more confidence. And it can even increase empathy. So think about it. Every time you've acted out of character, or you've just not been in a good place or in a bad mood, like, okay, you know what I'll compare it to? Like, for me, whenever I lose something, I go crazy, I go stupid. Like, I get so mad when I lose something, and I blame everyone, and I act like such a bad person. Like, I seem like a pretty good person right now, but when I lose something, it's not good at all. Like, I act so out of character, and that's just not me. I hurt other people, I hurt myself, I maybe break things. Shh. We didn't say that. Shh. But this isn't who I am, and it's only because I'm acting out of character. If I were to calm down and to have myself together, I would be more empathetic. So yeah, it increases your empathy, and because you're more happy, you're able to care for others more, to care for animals more, to care for yourself more, to care about worldly issues more, and I think that's pretty dope. All of these things meditation helps you with. I'm gonna ditch the board because I'm tired of it, and let's get on with the end of this video. So meditation is completely free. There are no risks to meditating. You don't need to pay money. You don't need to put a lot of time into it. You don't need to put a lot of energy into it. Like, you literally just need a place to sit down, to lie down, and some peace and quiet, and that's it. And it provides all of these crazy benefits, which is almost very hard to believe because you're not losing anything. Like, it's so easy to meditate. It's so great. It's changed my life in unimaginable ways. And I hope this video has shown you some benefits to meditating if you weren't aware of it before, and what exactly it is, because it's a good tool. Like, it's a good tool. Like, use tools you have in this life, especially if they're free. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it if you watch towards the end. Subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon.